Okay, if anybody else shows up, I'll just add them in here and they can join us. I wanted to gather you guys here to see, to give you a big overview of where we're headed with this unit and to see what questions you guys have. So y'all finished up at the end of last week. Everybody finished up and turned in the ionic compounds work. So the worksheets that are related to writing the names and formulas for ionic compounds. We had several meetings about that, and then I helped people one at a time who, if anybody needed it. If anybody still needs help or doesn't know how to do the last unit, please just let me know. Like, I'm here. I'll be happy to show you how to do it. Grades are in for most of those. A couple of y'all, the ones that submitted it on Teams, I still have to pull those out and check them, but that was only a few people. So most of the grades are in for those. Some of you, I think, intended to attach all 4 worksheets to remind, but it only attached 1. So if you end up with if it says that you're missing 3, but you turned in 1, those other pages did not attach, and so you may have to check that. And then I know you can use the Notes app on your phone to link multiple images together and submit them as one PDF. There are a few different ways, or you can just send multiple reminds to me, or an email, or submit it on Google Drive. It doesn't matter either way. So I'm going to check back through and make sure I didn't miss anybody's work. If your work is shown as missing and you turned it in, let me know so I can go back and search for it. So I am having to pull from a lot of different places. So just let me know and I'll double check that. Okay, so this new unit is on covalent compounds. So ionic compounds are that last unit, and that's between a cation and an anion. And when you have a positively charged atom and then a negatively charged atom. So one thing that has gained electrons to form a negative charge, and one thing that has lost electrons to be left with a positive charge. And so the way those hold together is just the attraction between opposite charges. And that is different from a covalent compound, and we name them differently. The formulas look really similar. It's just element symbols with numbers behind them, but the bonding is different. So in an ionic compound, the thing that holds the compound together is the charge between positive and negative. Make sense? Yeah, smile and nod, thumbs up, leave me a chat. In a covalent compound, there's no opposite charges. There's actually shared pairs of electrons. And so we call that a bond. A single bond if it's 1 shared pair of electrons, a double bond if it's 2 shared pairs of electrons. You can have a triple bond if there's 3 shared pairs of electrons. That's it. We can't really have anything more than a triple bond between atoms. And so we are going to learn how to name small covalent compounds and how to draw their structures. And so 2 parts to that. So I'm going to show you where to find the video. So the video, how many of y'all watched the first video? Anyone? Gabe, Garrett, a couple of y'all. All right, so let me just show you. Everything is on my class page. I'm just going to take you there because I don't want to assume anything. Let's move this out of the way. All right, so if you go to my class webpage that looks like this, y'all know where to find all your teacher web pages. At the top is the newest note that tells you an overview of what we're going to be doing. And then down under chemistry, you can find our newest assignment right here. The packet is attached under the attached files, but the video is right at the top of the assignment. So assignments from April 20th to May 1st, so these next 2 weeks. Watch the video and make notes and start trying to figure out the worksheet. So here's the video. It is on my YouTube channel, and
Here.
I'm not going to play it for you now, but you can find it. You can find it several different ways. You can find it easiest through the class webpage. That goes through what covalent compounds are, how they're bonded, and then hang on, let me go back to my view. All right, and then the worksheets. So if you need a printed packet of the worksheets, those are in the filing cabinet in front of the school, and otherwise you can just download it straight from the website, teacher page. Did everybody find that information? Okay, so for covalent compounds, we name them with numerical prefixes. It's different from ionic compounds, and you have to know the numerical prefixes for for 1 through 10 atoms. The compound CO2 is one you already know, carbon with 2 oxygens. We would name it carbon dioxide. So if we followed the process in the video and on the worksheet, it would be monocarbon dioxide for 1 carbon and 2 oxygens. But if you have one of the first element, you don't have to say the mono. It's implied that you have one of those atoms there. And so you don't have to use mono for the first element. So the first one, I think it's pretty straightforward. You just go through and become familiar with those numerical prefixes and then practice using them. If you have questions, of course, send me your questions on Remind or by email or whatever. You can even schedule a Zoom meeting with me, and I will be happy to show up and help you. The second part of that is on it's on molecular shapes, and the video for that is going to be posted today around lunchtime. You can watch that, or you can probably figure out most of it without even watching my video about it, just because it's an interactive website. Let me show you that. Let me show you that as well. So it directs you to the University of Colorado's simulation site. It's the same website that we looked at when we did the Rutherford's gold foil experiment. We have a lot of fun simulations for math and chemistry and physics, but we are going to use, all right, so it's this APT molecular shapes. And when you get to this website, so this is the website that it directs you to in the lesson. When you get there, you don't need to download it. You just need to hit the play button, and you can start working through the assignments that are in that lesson. It has you build in some molecules and looking at the shapes. And the idea there is that you have a central atom, you have bonds with 1 line to show single bonds, and then we also have unbonded electron pairs that take up space. So every bond and every lone pair of electrons takes up space. And so all of that affects the shape of the molecule. So this is water, but what shape would we call that? Well, the shape is just where the atoms are. And so we have a hydrogen here. Let's see if we can put some labels on these atoms. Oops, go away, little thing. I can't move it. Come up here. All right, so the shape, come on. All right, so the shape name for this is called bent. Shape and molecular geometry are the same. And it's bent because not 3 things that are not in a line. So the shapes are not too complicated. Some of them have strange new words that you might not be familiar with. And then you can check you can take off the non-bonding electrons on here. Basically, the activity that's in the packet is already laid out for you. It tells you exactly what to do. You can have model atoms, or you can have real molecules. You can pick from a list. You can play with some of these and see what they look like. So here's our carbon dioxide. What do you notice about carbon dioxide? This is your carbon in the middle, oxygen's on the end. You can rotate these in 3 dimensions. So this molecule is totally linear, and it's got carbon and oxygen double bonded to each other. So work your way through those assignments, and then I'll be sending little updates and making sure that you guys are figuring out what you need to be doing as you go. So that's what we're working on, and then a little bit of stuff on first couple of reaction types, synthesis and decomposition reactions. That's at the end of that packet. Next unit, Mr. Boswell's putting together for you guys. It's a couple more reaction types, and then how do we use those to calculate products that are produced and things like that. So stoichiometry. We'll also have a little small unit on gases. So yeah, just learn as much as you can between now and the end of the year. What questions do you guys have for me? And if you don't feel like asking it out loud, you can type it in the chat box. Anyone have anything? Y'all doing okay? So for those of you that, if you turned in something that was too blurry or something that I couldn't read or something like that, you're going to get a little note from me over the next hour or so. Or if you're missing, just check PowerSchool too and make sure that it doesn't say that you're missing something that you think you turned in. Y'all know how grades work for this strange 9 weeks that we're in?
Are they all homework grades?
They're pretty much all going to be homework grades. I know in some of the classes they're putting in quiz grades and stuff, but that feels a little bit strange to me. With no ability to supervise and you guys taking quizzes and tests, it's a little bit weird. Boswell and I are talking about having y'all do a little project, but also your grade is, even if it's not going so great for you right now, it won't be lower than what it was third 9 weeks, even if you don't get this stuff super well without us having face-to-face class. Does that make sense? Okay. It can be high, it can sure be higher. And some of you guys have 100 right now, which is fantastic. But it won't be lower than what you had T3. Any other questions? Y'all doing okay? Anybody having fun, enjoying the break? Doing anything interesting? Building things, playing video games, working hard, studying for tests, AP tests? None of the above. Sleeping a lot? All right, well, I just wanted to see your faces and check in and give you a big picture idea of where we're headed. I'll send y'all out on Remind the YouTube link for the molecular shapes video that should be up around lunchtime today. Anybody else have any questions, concerns, or comments? I'm going to put in a little participation, not really a grade, it's like a completed for those of you guys that are showing up for everything, just so I'll know. It'll just show like that you participated, and it doesn't count for or against you, except lets me keep track of who's doing stuff and showing up and working on things. All right, if you guys don't have anything else for me, then I'll be happy to let y'all go. Anything else? All right, y'all have a great day, and please do send me a remind or an email if you have any questions at all, and stay safe. Bye, you guys. Brett, you missed. Oh, he's gone.